you ever said something that it's either justifiable or you're just overreacting? Well, today we got a little subreddit for you. It's called Am I Overreacting? So let's assess and see if we can figure it out that if this person is overreacting or not. So that's what we're gonna do today. So can't wait to see it. All right, there you go. All right, let's go down to some of the list and see if it's overreacting or not. Let's start with the first one. Very obvious. It's the in-law stuff. All right, very short. Let's see how this would work out. Am I overreacting for canceling my mom's Mother's Day surprise that she excluded my wife again? Oh, really? What's going on here? 33 female, have been married to my wife 3 years, together for 6. My mom tolerates her, but never really includes her in anything. For example, my family group texts only go to me. Cards are addressed only to me. Told me at church that still figuring myself out. It's sort of a concept. For Mother's Day, I planned a nice brunch for my mom. When I sent her the invite, she asked, "Will your roommate be there too?" That was it. I canceled the reservation and told her we'll celebrate another time when she's ready to treat my marriage like it's real. She called me dramatic and said I'm punishing her for having traditional values. Now my aunts are texting me saying I broke her heart on Mother's Day. Am I overreacting or am I finally just done letting it slide? I say, why? You already have your wife or better. And why is your mother not including for anything? What? Is she jealous? Or is she jealous that your wife is going to be the number one instead of you? No. No, instead of your mom? Get over yourself. Oh, we want to have a surprise, and then you ruined it, said roommate. And she never mentions about wife coming along. I'm really glad to say you're not overreacting at all. I guess what the answer is. All right, let's see what this comment said. This is very important. Not overreacting. As a matter of myself, parents behaving like this makes us furious. No. Why are they treating like their kid again? Your mom has dismally failed the easiest part of parenting, loving your child unconditionally. If she doesn't want to be distant and love and accept you as you are, that's her choice. But she could say it in her chest, stand behind her traditional beliefs, since they mean so much to her, and accept the consequences for her decision to fail you as a parent. So yeah. But instead of being honest about literally anything, she lies out loud, not even submission to her social circle about your sexuality, overtly excludes your wife and the family, and refers your wife as your roommate to your face. I mean, does this mother think that you are looking for somebody, you're still single, or you're gay? He already has, oh my goodness, he already has a wife. Come on. Opie already has a wife, like years for the sexual, he's gay. So I don't know that part. Maybe she should think about what her church says about lying. Yeah. Rule number 8, probably, on the second minutes. Or anything Jesus ever said, loving instead of judging. Kind of, yep, not a thing. Hate that. Not overreacting. You text the aunt that your mother continues to break your heart because she's treating your wife and marriage if it's wrong and is trying to ease on who you love. Then tell them their opinions are unwelcome and stuff where the sun don't shine. And if they feel the same way as you, if they feel the same way as your mom, yeah, tell them. Because as for a person who lives somewhere who is a womanhood, because I'm the only guy, everything else is a womanhood. Surrounded my moms, my aunts, the field type thing. And you tell your mom that she accepts you and your wife and marriage, that she can't be alone with her traditional fantasy, how happy it makes her. Yeah. If she hates you being married to a woman, then she hates you and wants to pretend that the real you doesn't exist. That's a problem. She either accepts you and your wife, she learns that her rejection slash erasure has consequences. Yeah. Social, she's like this. You and your wife is so much better, and you deserve a family that loves you in your marriage. Because again, if your mother doesn't support you and her in the marriage, yeah, yeah, be out of the family because you're into the new family, which is your wife. You and your wife together, both of you are family. And then probably her side of the family. There's a problem if it's going to happen like it. I really hate someone who's disrespecting, or just you have to respect the marriage, someone else's marriage. Okay, you think that he doesn't find anything, or the marriage doesn't exist, or all trying. You are locked or something. I can't figure it out. But I don't like this a bit, but I'm glad that I hate someone. I hate that how to call your wife a roommate. Yeah, your mother needs to put her in a place or something. Yeah, not overreacting. You're good. All right, love this. Okay, I overreacted for wanting to cut out my friend because she wants to leave her husband for going blind. Okay, interesting. My friend, 20 female, got married a few months ago. Her husband's 32 male. Found out that he has a degenerative eye condition, not insensitive, to lose vision over time, eventually going blind. That sucks now. We were hanging out in a small friend group saying when she told us the news. She was saying how she's not sure she can handle it. Why? Doesn't that you don't love him anymore just because he's going to be blind and planning to divorce? In her words, I didn't sign up for this. Well, you're gonna have to deal with it. I didn't say much in the moment, but I completely changed how I see her. Like, just took vows. He was the love of your life and your best friend, blah, blah. I know how that can be scary. You were planning to live happy young together, but this felt silly shallow. Yeah, fourth with the pool. Now I'm seriously debating this myself with her. I know her real, but that was cold. And I added to add, she was adamant on getting divorced. Not venting, not overreacting. She's not venting, overreacting, or debating. No, I think what you said is very justifiable. So yeah, I'm reading what this comment says. I'm sure this comment's not overreacting. She's a horrendous person, not worth it as a friend. Yeah. The argument is if she's going to be happy with him blind, she should leave him because if not, they'd be both miserable. Understand it in a boyfriend, not your husband. Boyfriend is understandable, but husband, you're locked in now. She said this about in sickness and in health. You think all the situation before getting married? What do you do? Your partner got to say cheated, divorce you. Have to be a responsible spouse. She should not have married him knowing that she was going to stay with him with his sickness and health. Gotta read those vows. You have to reread those vows once again because you're stuck with that marriage. It was inherently selfish in all aspects. Not only did she completely disrespect her vows, she's basically kicking a man she loves when he's already down. Screw that woman. People like that, anyone who supports him make a mistake. Her and drop her immediately. So once you're married, your family. Would you do this to your family? Yeah, thanks for the compliments. Yeah, thank you. I really hate that. Oh, she's gonna leave him because he's going to blind. You are the worst human I ever met. You are worst human, man. You have no sympathy. You have no idea that you are this dismissal or dismissive or whatever you call it. But yeah, I guess that it's time for you to call. If she treated her husband badly, then she treated you badly. Maybe you should cut off that little friend. Well, I'm gonna have a put some dead end sign on this friendship lane. Hopefully, you never want to see them again. So I'm seeing her again, going on. It's a goodbye forever. Yeah, that what friends? Who's friend? Don't care. Yeah, drop that child friend who drop you in a heartbeat. If you had health issues and needed her help, that's a terrible. Yeah, that friend is like a shallow as a pool, not a 4 foot pool, a kiddie pool, mind you. Yeah, once you're in the marriage, and if either of you has some like going on in their lives, you have to be responsible for to you have to be responsible right now. Like, try to take care of each other's significant to their significant others when they're down. So you should have thought about it for a second. You should have thought about it for thinking marriage. Because I know you want to marry somebody, you're already married, but it's gonna go down eventually, so it's not going to be like, oh, it's a fairy tale version. There will be problems along the way when it comes to marriages. There'll be problems. So yeah, you're not overreacting. So okay, here we go. Next one. It doesn't have any hold on. Okay. I overreacted for locking the bedroom door so my fiance's mom stopped sneaking in. Hmm. Okay. It's all about minding their own business. Okay, 26 female live in my fiance, 20 male, and his mom She moved in temporarily at the surgery months ago. She's mostly harmless, but she has this creepy habit of just walking out of bedroom unannounced, sometimes even when we're asleep or I'm changing. Brought up multiple times. She says, I like your second mom. Don't be shy around me. No. It's weird, dude. That's weird. And so finally got fed up and started locking our door at night. She knocked 6 times that first night, saying she needed help with her TV. I told her she had to wait till morning. Now she's furious and accusing me of creating division in the house and locking her son away like a prisoner. My feeling says I should have handled it differently, but also agrees it's weird that she won't knock. Still, now the whole house feels tense. Am I overreacting but just wanted privacy in our room? Yes. Oh, actually, no, you're not overreacting. Why is she just walks out of the room unannounced to see what she's doing? Was she even snooping around? Yeah. Our privacy. Okay. Will be some privacy going on. You have to learn how to mind your own business. Like, what do you want to do? You want to look at something, see there's anything wrong? No, you're weird. I mean, Beyonce's mom is weird. Why? That's so weird. Okay, here's what's happening. His mother's used to be dynamic where she is the adult in charge, the parent and the head of household. When he became an adult, him and his mother did not finish the transition from parent to child, mostly because he was either reaping some benefit from the mommy son dynamic, or she's still in his bills, or he's just lazy. Now you enter the picture, behaving as if you're an adult of the situation. When in reality, you are smack in the middle of the mommy son intruder because you're the intruder in this part. Mom sees it as a competition because instead of her son asserting herself as an adult several years ago and her learning how to cope, and are suddenly doing it for him, which is creating stress and tension. Yeah. Going to be like, who's going to be the number one in this situation? Yeah. She's not learning how to make room for another woman in her son's life because she's never learned to accept him as an adult and her role as such. So is your fiance being like a kid, son? Why are we still in this parent-child thing? Both of you should be adults now, so you are out of it. The only way out of it is for your fiance to assert herself as a grown man and not mommy's boy. So keep him being an adult and not becoming a mama's boy anymore. That's it. That's pretty much it. He should be the one locking the doors and setting boundaries with his mother and you. So let him do his own math. And he's willing to do this, you need to walk away because it's not a dynamic you want to be in for long. It's a because if his mother is his number one priority and not you, yeah, the wedding will not going to happen, and it will not. And you should dump his butt when he said his number one is his mother and not you. So yeah. Also, not only that, now it's going to be a nine possible to get move out of the house, and there will be some excuse or reason why she can't leave. Oh yeah, some gaslighting or to leave. She's basically going to have to be forcefully evicted. Yeah. Chances not actually doing that are slinting on classic devouring mother. Yeah. Not just literally stuck on a it's like a leash, just stuck inside you for it's a problem, really, for the mothers. Yeah. Not overreacting. Time for sit down with fiance. How long is she's going to say house rules and he need to stand up for you in your quest for privacy? Yeah, not a thing. He should stand up for you. He should stick it up for you. He thinks he could handle better. When you already brought up with her multiple times, need to step up and handle the situation. Question: does she perhaps have dementia? Probably. Does does the mother had some mental problems lately? I was like, come on, we have to get this idea right now because once in relation, once we have someone else, that's it. You can't. If once you are married, once you're engaged, both of you are most priority over everybody else, not your mother. Hmm. You're not overreacting. Thank goodness. Okay, the text. All right, here we go. We got the relationship going on. Am I aware that I was for 2 years, and before I tried to make a joke about it. All right, this text that says, "Answer the freaking phone. You don't get to the man crap after distracting me like that." And I was trying to play around. Why are you acting like this? What happened to me isn't one of your stupid punchlines. Go GFY. So this is a very touchy subject, so understand where I'm coming from. I really don't have anyone to talk. But this choose if this wrong. Okay. 20. female, survived being ethnic and out from 15 to 17 and still healing for me. The other day, my boyfriend played the song "It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp" in the car and laughed like it was a joke right there with me. I got really upset and yelled at him to let me out of the car, then took the bus. He called and texted me, telling me the answer and saying it was just a joke. That song hits close to real trauma. I lived through and felt the strip of, but I'm not sure if I overreacted for leaving him over this. I really do love him and does have a dark sense of humor. Yeah, if has dark humor, there is something wrong with him. Yeah, there is something wrong with him. Sorry, but how did you escape? And then the OP was deleted. I escaped because the client thought he was paying for voluntary work. I don't believe this, but okay. This woman in her 20s, but when he saw me, he realized something was wrong. He called hotline anonymously, and that's how help came. It wasn't planned by me. It was just really luck and timing, someone listening and caring not to have. How I got out was rare. Well, good for somebody called this little hotline to get out because what's going to happen to you? No, you're not right. Did he know about this happening to you? If he did, then it's more messed up. I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I hope better days are ahead. Hopefully, you'll find somebody. And he replied, yes, it's home before we started dating, as I didn't want to get into a relationship with me if he was uncomfortable by it. Yeah, should have, when he started dating, he should have, if he was very uncomfortable with you becoming his partners, yeah, have been it. Can't be in this relationship. Yeah, better. And there's a lot of people chatting about this OP, so yeah. Think I'm glad you got out from this relationship because I don't know what your boyfriend's gonna try and do to you, but something tells me it's worse. All right. What are some other ones? Because can we? Because I already have friend. Okay, let me scroll through something else. Oh, I love this one. This Michelin is perfect. Oh, dang, it's been removed, but hold on. I'm gonna go back, change. Well, hold on. All right, let's wrap up with this last one. With just this one. Okay. Oh, this another one. Dang. Okay. This is a little bit, and I realized I have the update for it. Okay. This is a very serious condition right here on what's going on because something that kind of not really happened to us, but it's the one that we have to know. All right. Am I overreacting, feeling really uncomfortable with how this male doctor handled my appointment? All right. See, I had a doctor's appointment recently to check a skin infection and to get a breast exam done due to discoloration. I usually see different male doctor at the clinic, and everyone around acts happy, relaxed, and respectful while they show 100% trust towards him. He's great, but this time I was assigned to a different male doctor because my usual one on vacation and everything but the visit felt very off. He personally gave me a breast exam to gown himself, which was one of those types that that's open in the front and leaves you really exposed. I didn't think too much of it in the moment, but it really felt a little weird. Told me I need to give a urine sample as well as and told me to get on. Oh, wow. Ideally, so okay. I have no real coverage. Feel exposed in the bears. Later on, when I was talking, Steph, who was a nurse who came in to give the cup, didn't expect to be undressed. She looked really uncomfortable and sad. I don't know why he would ask for a urine sample. You're already for the breast exam. Yeah, kind of a first red flag right there about this stuff. They didn't want me walking through the clinic in that state, and I could tell she didn't agree with what he had me to do. Look a little bit angry while towards since he came to help cover me up good enough, not feeling exposed, and even apologize for it. Here's stuff that really sticks with me, okay? The head doctor walked in at one point and looked visibly uncomfortable too. She was trying to shield my thing away from him, and I saw she looked a bit shaky and nervous. Like she was trying to pay simple pressure but didn't trust him. I saw him keep looking in a way that made me feel sick. It was like he was there when he shouldn't have been, obviously. Could tell she didn't want him looking. Yeah, the boundary here. You don't want to do that because really scary. It's a very scary thing because if you're a woman, if you're doing some of the exam, and if you see like a male doctor, have doubts. This is where I have there are boundaries right there, and I'm very scared. If I was a woman, I would be very scared on what's going to happen. The whole staff acts normal and super kind around the doctor. I usually see and they definitely act 100% trusting towards him. Even the female head doctor felt super comfortable around him. constant stuff like this, which he is that type of guy who really shows a ton of respect for his woman, and definitely not a pervy type. No matter what sins, he only cares about everyone's health. Very super chill and almost the most sweetest, awesome guy. But when this one walks in to get Sap get this step, uncomfortable, awkward, strange around him, trying to trust my gut, but part of me still wonders: am I overreacting, or does it sound seriously wrong? You two, are some flags, and someone asks you to, yeah, he asked you to do some urine sample and to undress. Oh, this right here, this very uncomfortable. This is like a red flag when it comes to male doctors. With it, male doctors and the patient is also a woman. It's too yeah, very sketchy. You're not. I'll throw in there. Even I catch all the females hanging around, going on lunch breaks, but they'll never do it around without straight up when human numbers. Okay. There are some edits to add and some update for some clarification. Okay, actually I have because a lot of people are making assumptions saying overreacting or rejecting. There's two things. It's only the urine sample and instructed undress, and then there was someone that dressed while he stepped out. Ooh, that's and the nurse changing, he looked surprised and accomplished. She had expecting me to be fully dressed to go give. No idea told me to undress first. Ooh, that's a no. It's an if the doctor just undress me as a woman, that is a no. That was a no. So I know he asked me if you're already undressed and you said it out loud. Oh yeah, just kind of joined because of the chronic skin condition. Look shaky and visibly uncomfortable. Yeah, all these women are very, very popular towards guys, towards that one particular doctor. That's very crazy. He shouldn't be a doctor. Okay, wasn't about me embarrassed over the exam. Okay, issue is the poor handling, the lack of communication, the appropriate timing. In fact, the attacker like says wrong, which confirmed the weirdness. Yeah, a lot of weirdness. So please stop twisting this into these dirty bodies aren't sexual. Yeah. Most of them notice about how unsafe and exposed me to feel. Even how the staff looked like they were trying to protect me from their own code. Yeah. Processing everything and seeing how the nurse feel, but it feels like this meltdown has probably acted inappropriately towards others in the past, maybe even violated boundaries with nurse staff. But everyone reacted around him, the tension, the expressions being the nurse being shot, I was undressed, and the female doctor shielding them from seeing your thing from him while looking wasn't normal. Yeah, it's normal. And it seemed like the staff were trying the best to remain professional. Also, some continuing behavior when they seem poor. Without outright calling him from, but it's not, yeah, there are some little certain signs. For it. This was literally the first time seeing that doctor. Don't ever plan on seeing him again. Yeah. I don't expect any of that to happen. I have examples of this when a familiar post happened. Okay. It was until seeing how staff responded and how exposed and vulnerable. But I realized something was deeply off. Yeah, you trust your gut with this. So anyone says you're over there, I didn't think anything of it until after the fact. But when even the people who work are really uncomfortable and trying to block his access to me, you can't tell me I was just projecting. No, it's too scary. This line, this boundary, yeah, is a problem for that. So if you're saying that, oh, if people saying you're overreacting, this is a very serious issue. What's going to happen? My usual doctor, they never ever really usually do that to him. I even feel so comfortable around him for stuff like this. Heck, more, he's seen everything down there as the head doctor stood beside the look until he asked the counsel to confirm his suspicion to make sure he's right because I have chronic skin problems and the other chronic problems that require two doctors. There's kind of a boss, so not really a boss, but okay. Why he's still there? Probably need enough long evidence to be able to get rid of him. Not sure how that works in the medical field. Don't know idea. Plus, you don't know what he's like behind curtains. I don't know. So it's not behind the scenes there. But men can get scary and violent, refuse to control themselves. It's probably why they're still maybe, and I guess this, they're acting like they don't want to scare me. It's kind of okay. And FYI, to all the recruiters told me to take my pants off too. So miss me with that. Maybe we understood or you undressed too soon. I followed his exact instructions. So yeah, she's doing what he's saying. Okay. Done expenses to people who are clearly more offended by calling out creepy behavior than by doctor acting inappropriately. Y'all hear nipping every word like a courtroom. while completely ignoring that multiple medical professionals clearly isn't trust this man either. Yeah, lots of people here, lots of all the women here, they're trying here for you to cover up what's going on because what is going to happen? Why is somebody defending this dude? It's like, yeah, someone whoever comments this and saying, "Oh, you're overreacting." No, do you know how many times that they were being creeped and this turned? Never, anything can go wrong. Okay, this ignorant feeling, confident you got is what helps you keep a woman safe. Yeah, men who are not vulnerable don't know how this feels. But there's no proof that you can use for a complaint. Don't see me again. Yeah, don't want to see this doctor again. Because that asking you that one, there may be a sign that things can get a little bit appropriate and this could lead into, yeah, not okay. It's not really that okay for sure. And I do understand that, like, yeah, they better be careful because what is going to happen? Oh, this was the little doctor and ask, yeah, that's a big red flag right there. So many things. There's a couple of things that might be a red flag, and that's a problem. That my but I understand where you're coming from. So overreacting. So yeah, there's something felt off. Yeah, trust your instincts, trust your gut, because you have no idea. You met a male doctor, but I know how I feel about the male doctors and when there's a patient who's also a woman, I will be super careful. You gotta have to trust the instincts. If check if there's any red flags about any of those doctors you're visiting. Probably be very careful with this one because after that little crazy appointment that happened, maybe it's time to stop. Yeah, it's better for you to stop having appointments with this particular doctor here because that can be a problem. And there will be things go down, and there any other there are other patients who are also women who have been victimized by that male doctor. I have to follow it because there will be a complaint. This is a problem, a very problem. Okay, I will. Okay, you know what? Let's do one more, and I can't wait to see how this one goes. All right, overreacting. My neighbor has been pushing boundaries and acting strange. Okay, 25 female, living in an apartment building. Right across from apartment is a large house. Man lives over there is named Albin. Real name. Oh, he's the only person I ever seen there. He's about 50, 60 years old. This started out with him yelling at me because this only across the street when I first moved in. Or his problem there. Tried to remember, but then anytime he was outside, he would see my car and he would try to talk to me. He even would walk right up to my car where I couldn't really get out the door and he would talk to me through the window. If I had groceries and he saw me, he would try to help me bring them inside my apartment, and I would tell him no, that I got it and it's not a big deal. Then he started offering to help fix my car because I had a light out. A week later, someone broke into my car and took off my door handle, and he offered me to take his car shop to get it fixed, which I thought it was weird because he could just give me the address. That's not a problem. Both times I told him no, that I would figure out myself, like I always do, and I really didn't need any help. Anyways, he's been doing weird things like that from the beginning. It also seems like he's trying to get information out of me while I work, etc. But yesterday really did it for me. Okay. I was at my house with some of my friends and he knocked on my door. I have a ring camera, but he only knocked on my door. He didn't ring it. I come out from the door because I thought it was a door dasher dropping off food, but it was him. He had two bags of groceries in his hand. He said, I have these groceries. Would you like any of these? I didn't want to be rude, so I took some apples and a bag of beans. Last time I would just say no. Yeah. Then he kept trying to offer to take the bags upstairs to my apartment and put them away. I told him no, I have people upstairs and I don't need that much groceries. He said, okay, and was going to see if anyone else needed me. I told him, okay, and I was waiting for him to leave. He just stared at me for a minute, and then I finally said, all right, thanks, and I shut the door. Am I overreacting, or do you think this interaction is strange? I've been up all night thinking about it. I've been trying to find his social media and other information about him. I can't find any public records or any arrest records. That don't necessarily mean he's not safe or he is safe. I just personally have an eerie feeling every time he comes and talks to me. It took several locks on my doors and the camera at my front door. But when I had to leave my house to errands, I always on high alert. And I feel unsafe walking to my car because my apartment is the one closest to his house. And does anyone have any chance how to tell him to stop bothering without being rude? I'm a woman and quite small, only 5'1", and I would hate to get upset at me to try to physically hurt me. I'm trying to help you, but you don't know his background story. Yeah, should he someone does this to you every single time? I mean, because it's like, why are you trying to scare this young woman? Okay, why are you trying to scare this young woman here? Is there something wrong? Does he have an issue about it? Does he have some crime, something that he shouldn't be doing? Because this goes wrong. This could go wrong in any other way. There's maybe the one to live someone who's very creepy, try to stalk you and try to. I hate that. I really hate that one. Okay, I have an update by the way. So let's see. I can't more because my lease is up. I started parking in a different spot. It's far away from my apartment door, but I can't walk or he can't see me from this house. He's still being strange. I told my apartment manager she walked me home yesterday, and he was outside trying to talk to me as soon as he saw her. He didn't try and talk. He only speaks up to me when I'm alone. Yeah, ignored him and pretend as if he's not there, but I still don't say, I can't wait till me sit it up. The next thing he comes to talk to me, I'm calling the police. Yeah, you should do that, but adding up, but before that, let's pile up all the record every single thing here. Have paper trails, every single one. He's not on social media or anything. That's red flag. Doesn't have any social media. Doesn't have any information about him. I would be very careful with that one. Yeah. Let's check the predator registry in the neighborhood. He may be on it. Yeah. He finds out that he's that. Yeah. Sure, he knows you have a boyfriend. Don't have one. Ask a male friend to act like one. So, yeah. So alone, that's a problem. I think you should have either a dog or have some male friend with you. Yeah. Have a dementia and was alone when his dog was at work. Yeah. You have dementia or autism because he's just trying to talk, but that can go wrong in multiple, no, that, yeah, sorry, but that can go wrong in multiple ways. Yeah. This dude was bothering me with all that way. I tried to kick him in this. Okay. Trying to find an angle and exploit a vulnerability. He shouldn't have taken those apples and beans that only show my intrusive behavior. Until until it goes full soccer. And that's will be from him now, wait for and tell him to back off or else. Yeah. Don't be Alvin, guys. I had a neighbor like this to be helpful. Only came around was on. God said something was off. You're reacting. Trust it. Keep documenting. Call the cops if needed. Yeah. Do those things. Okay. To make sure and keep track on their behavior. Keep track on Alvin's behavior because this can be problematic of some sort. Sounds like a classic boundary pushing is downright creepy, especially when he's ignored. No invades your space. Okay, keep setting firm boundaries. Don't hesitate to involve your real manager or police if it keeps crossing the line. Yeah, those boundaries in place, and if he's doing anything to push your boundaries, call the police. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Like I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, basically he just wanted to talk to somebody and just try to help him out or something. But in the 50s and 60s, the 20s, think that no, he's really a creep. He's a creep. And I have seen I have seen like old people who were walked up to any young people there and try to talk because things can go awry if that person's trying to be a stalker. Yeah, you have to your instincts, follow your tuition, and keep recording, keep documenting, have paper trails, call the police when necessary, or call your manager when it's necessary. Keep doing all those. You don't have to wait until you lease up. So make sure everything is in place. So yeah, there's some bad, but like being too nice, make a scene. Yeah, no, that's might be a good idea, but that would be yeah, this is a really learning self-defense is another one. Trust your gut. I mean, this is a really good example though. I love it. So yeah, you're not overreacting, so you're good. But just keep yourself in touch, okay? Just in touch, or maybe not, but try to do that. Try to do all those things, and hopefully you are comfortable. Hopefully that person, hopefully Alan's be around you. So Oh my goodness, yeah, scared. And I'm glad that you have posted something, just a little bit of update to make sure what's going on. All right, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it right now for the subreddit. Okay, guess it's time for me to end the video for today, and hopefully that probably works out because all the people that have here, they're not overrated, so it's fair, fair to use. All right, goodbye, everyone.